Hello, Ed from Excel Micro here with another Micro-Byte. I'm going to show you some things today. Firstly, I'm going to show you how easy it is using Site Manager to deploy a customer site. And then later, I'm going to show you deploying your agents across your devices. So if you're only interested in how to deploy agents, go ahead and skip ahead, because that's more for direct customers, not so much for partners. So we've logged into our Site Manager portal. We need to add a customer. We can go to our sites, hit create a site. We choose what package we want them to be on, be it the standard email or the standard endpoint security, EDR, EDR plus MDR. You can also choose on our add-on packages, web access control, patch management. We would create our site name, which is going to be the URL for their specific site, which as a partner you wouldn't need to use. You can just access it by the site list. A company name, billing contact, creating the billing contact as a read-only admin, whether or not it's a fully billed account or a trial, which is Site Manager partners, you can do trials. Estimated seat count is just how many devices you think are going to be running on it. It's not an actual hard cap or restriction or anything. It's just for your general tracking purposes. Whether it's a perpetual, constantly renewing account, or you have a custom renewal date that you need to keep track of. And then you would just hit create, and the site creates that quickly. So let's say we've created a site, and we need to deploy our agents. So we can go to that site, and we go down to deploy agents. You have all your different installers. You do have to approve new versions sometimes as they come out. And you can push out these installers through your Exchange. You can push them out through Azure and Office 365 policy-based installers. Or you can even do, download in the old-fashioned, run somebody with a hard drive and plug it in and install the agent. Depending on the area, I'm a big fan of the invite users option. Rural customers, smaller customers that are hard to get to, you can literally just send email address invites and tell them to install the agent via that. And then you can even track who has installed it and who hasn't. Resend them the emails if they haven't installed it, and keep track of it that way. And it's really that easy to get the agent install pushed out. Now, one big problem a lot of people have is displacement. I've got to displace an old endpoint. How much of a pain is that? Well, VIPRE's tried to make that easy by having this Incompatible Softwares list. And this is literally a list of reverse engineered uninstallation file programs from all of VIPRE's competitors, so to speak. You've got Avast in here, you've got McAfee in here, you have WebRoot. Their engineers have gone through and reverse engineered those uninstall files to include them as part of the agent process so that the transition will be smooth and painless 99% of the time. Because we already have access to those uninstallation files so that the old WebRoot access, the old Avast, the old endpoint won't see the installation of our new agent as an intrusion and lock up the machine. We have all the correct access and keys and codes to do a smooth uninstall of the old agent and a clean install of the new agent, which would be VIPRE. So this makes getting everyone displaced onto the new agent that much smoother and that much easier, and 99% of the time you're not going to need to do a lot of digging and reg expression changes or registry changes to get the old agent uninstalled and free up a machine from being locked up from the two agents fighting each other. This obviously does not apply to Defender. Windows Defender works just fine. They handshake together and work compatible together. Windows Defender is being designed in the modern day to partner with other security solutions for layering. That is what Microsoft suggests. But that was all I had for today's quick vid. If you have questions, please reach out to us. You can email productteam@excelmicro.com. That comes to me in the product team. Or you can reach out to our sales team. Until then, safe hunting.